Hi, good day, everyone. Welcome to Unity Love Community. This is Jay speaking, and the intention of this video today is to discuss self-love, defining self-love, benefits of self-love, and how can we incorporate self-love into our daily lives, right? So I will define self-love as simple, how you treat yourself. How do you treat yourself? How do you show love to yourself? How are you kind and genuine, compassionate, empathetic, to yourself? Do you give yourself grace and time when life becomes, difficult? How do you be true to yourself? Do you follow your intuition? Do you people please? All these things, it's about having that confidence within yourself. It's about being that light even when everything is going dark. Right? That is my definition. Let me make this clear. Right? So self-love is really, what do you do to bring a smile on your face? What do you do to bring peace within your own self? What do you let go and release to make sure that you remove the old to bring in something new that can better your life and better yourself? Because self-love is not only physically what we do, or in a material aspect, like the spas and the nails and the toes and the hair and all those great and wonderful things, but they only touch the surface of what self-love truly is, because it's being your authentic self, being true to who you are despite what others might say, right? It's about connecting with yourself on a deeper level, because when you remove people, places, environments that no longer serve you, it's bringing about, okay, I'm letting go the old because the new that is coming for me is better for me, right? Always for your highest good, right? So I have to make sure and say that always for your highest good. It's about really getting to the root of some issues. So these are things that sometimes, are not mentioned. Releasing things, letting go of things, which can be hard, which can be difficult. But if you are in a toxic situation, whatever it may look like, right? And you know to yourself, remaining here cause me pain and heartache and suffering. How can you say you love yourself while you are within a situation like that? Now, you may need to let go of certain things, but it's a level of knowing I deserve more and I deserve better. So self-love is not all about the pretty things that we see, but sometimes it's the hard things that we have to do in order to bring about peace, love, greatness, happiness, joy, all these different things. It may look like shedding tears. It may look like journaling. It may look like writing. It may look like isolating for a period of time. It may look like loneliness, right? But really and truly, sometimes we do have to go through that phoenix era, right? I'm sure we will know about that phoenix era, and sometimes we experience more than one, right? Phoenix era, as I like to call it, right? It's going through the darkness and coming out as that phoenix, as that fire phoenix. It's about that darkness to light. You understand? Coming from a place of experience now. It's also about setting boundaries to make sure that you do not allow things that are not right for you, right? That you do not allow people to come in and make you feel like you do not deserve or worth certain things, right? Now, the benefit of self-love may look like, um, you know, confidence. The benefits look like joy and happiness, just as all the things I've talked about there, right? Joy and happiness and peace. It brings about a level of security within yourself, right? Having faith in yourself, having belief in yourself, standing for yourself and what you know to be right, even though even though the world may be against you. Once you know that this is something right, and I stand for peace, I stand for justice, I stand for myself, and I know that this is something that I want to do. It may not always be accepted by others, but you know yourself more than anybody else, right? Nobody knows you like you know yourself. So self-love is just, it's amazing. It's amazing what you do not no longer tolerate. Certain negative things that people might say to you no longer affects you, or you can transmute that energy from negative to positive, and really having a different perspective of things is something is some is a great thing that you receive when it comes to self-love, right? So I just want to make sure and say that even though it may not always look like butterfly rainbows and cotton candies, right? It will not always happen to my people in the Caribbean like snow cone, okay, with that condensed milk. Oh, talk about it. But yes, it will not always look like that way. It might look like a pothole. Okay. Don't know what a pothole is. It's just like a, a hole in the road, right? Basically. So it may look like that. It it's just about the benefits and the reward of just knowing yourself on a deeper level, dealing with your issues, just like a shining light. Nobody could tell you anything about yourself. Nobody could make you feel bad about yourself. And even though there's a glimmer of negative things, you can transmute that energy. Okay, you can say, well, okay, you don't like me, that's no problem. I love myself and that is what matters. And one of the major benefits I see when it comes to loving yourself is loving the Most High, loving Buddha, loving whoever you pray to or go to or whatever it is. There's a certain level of love that you connect with when it comes to that. I always believe when you love yourself unconditionally, you love the Most High unconditionally, you love God unconditionally, you love the universe unconditionally because they all reside within us, right? So, some of the things that we can do to incorporate self-love, I'll give just three things for now. We can definitely, you know, go in and exercise, go in and take a walk around the park, just doing something physically to assist us, physically to give us that energy, to give us that clarity, to get that stagnant energy for it to just start circulating, to feel great about ourselves, right? Exercising, walking, whatever you can do is another way to incorporate self-love. Now, another way is what I like to do is write letters to myself, right? About, let me say 3 months from now, I'm gonna write, you are so beautiful, you are so amazing, this and this happened. I always write it in present tense, yes. Like I happy that I'm on this trip or whatever, something to get me excited for. Um, the last thing that I would say to incorporate is, of course, affirmations. Affirmations, but also believing for it to be true, right? Saying affirmations about, I am love, I am this, but you really truly have to believe it first because it can just be words if you don't believe it, if you don't act on it, if you don't, and because not many of us could go to this part all the time or do this. So I'm just thinking of little things that we can do, right? So really affirming, really saying positive things to ourselves, especially when you now get up in the morning. That is a wonderful and amazing time to start that, right? So thank you so much for listening. Of course, do whatever you see fit that is for your highest good to make you feel good about yourself, right? I must say for the highest good. Okay? Right. that really brings that self-love energy, right? Speak greatness to yourself. Speak it, think it, think it, and do it, right? So I just want to give thanks. Thank you for listening to my video today. I pray that I helped you in some way, right? That is why I named this channel Unity Love Community, because as I said before, really about bringing a community of love, of unity, of community. It basically explains its own self. Thank you so much, everyone. This is Gia again. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed and wonderful day and guidance on your journey. Bye.